Hey guys, it's Kevin again, the Smart Beach for Pretty Little Liars, Season 5, Episode 23, The Melody Lingers On. And this episode, of course, I was looking forward to, and wow, this was by far the best episode of the season because, guys, this was the long-awaited trial for Ali, which, in my opinion, is the most hyped up thing I've been looking forward to all season. I don't know about you guys, but if you've been into this season, this is what we should have been into, and it definitely did not disappoint. This episode was intense. It has some huge reveals in it. It's the beginning of the trial, at least. It's not, they didn't finish it because the trial ends next week, but I'm very intrigued by where this is going, and let's just get in this episode because it was amazing. So, we start off with Ali. She's with her father, meeting with her lawyer, and she's prepping Ali for her murder trial. And Ali wishes to her, she's wanting to her lawyer that she wants to speak to the jury and tell them what really happened. She wants to tell them the truth, basically. And the lawyer reminds that taking the stand will only hurt her case, and all they have to do is convince at least one of the jury members that she's innocent. So they want her to look innocent, and that's what she is, though. So why is she saying she's going to tell the truth? Because, she has done some things, but she really hasn't killed anyone. So why would she be afraid of telling the truth? I don't know. But I find that very interesting, that she would be afraid of telling the truth when she supposedly didn't kill anyone. Do I think she killed someone? No. But I think that she doesn't really know what to do at this point. So meanwhile, in another room, Hannah's sitting in her orange jumpsuit and meeting with her mom and Ted, and Ashley's convinced that Ali set her up. She thinks that Ali set her up and Hannah needs to get out of here, and she's really upset by what happened, and I like that Hannah tells her that has nothing to do with Ali, and it doesn't, and I like that Hannah said that to her. Definitely, I think that Hannah should have said that, and I thought that was a very good scene. I'm very happy that she said that, really didn't have anything to do with Ali. So, at Spencer's house, her mom warns her and Ari and Emily to stay away from... Sorry, guys, I'm just putting this button on. Okay. So, to stay away from Allie's murder trial, which, that's what they want her to do, is basically just stay away from it, which I think is a good idea, personally. I really do. But at the same time, of course, they want to support their friend and everything, so they have to support her somehow. So I can understand why Spencer's mom wants them to not be involved in this trial. But, basically, her mother is promising that she won't go near the courtroom. And Spencer snaps, the whole town knows they're friends with Ali, and if they don't go, then it will look like they think Ali is guilty, which is true, and they don't think Ali's guilty. They know that Ali's innocent. They know that they innocently framed her. They know that A framed her. They know that they were tricked by A to think it was her, and they want to get her out of there. So with Spencer's mom saying that, they can't do that if they don't show up, because they are her best friends. They are her closest friends, and if they're not there, then she's not going to support them whatsoever. She wants nothing to do with them, and they'll basically feel like shit because they weren't able to support her. So I thought that was really good as well. So Spencer, Arya, and Emily head to the brew, and they meet with Caleb, and he has been trying to track down the number they found for Varjak on the pizza receipt. Now, Caleb hasn't had any luck tracking it down. It's a secure number, and Spencer uses it because, they're still trying to find this Varjak person. Now, I said Caleb would be the one to find it because he's so good with computers and everything. So I like that Caleb in this episode is trying to find Varjak. So basically, he hasn't had any luck tracking it down. No luck whatsoever. And it's a secure number, and Spencer uses a burner phone to text Varjak's number and see if he or she will respond, since they won't answer their calls. For whatever reason, they're not answering their calls. They want to keep that any secret, I understand that, but still, this is very mysterious, and they don't know what's going on there. So, they are being very smart of this, and I definitely like that. So Spencer rushes out to track down Jason, and Jason won't give Spencer the time of day. And Spencer tries to plead with him that she thinks Allie's innocent, and Allie's father arrives and orders Jason to get in the car and get away from Spencer. He snaps at Spencer, and to stay on, he snaps at Spencer to stay on her side of the fence. You can see that Allie's dad is pissed at them, probably because she thinks that they're the ones responsible for putting her in jail, which in some ways they are the ones that kind of were responsible. I mean, they didn't help. They didn't. They did whatever, I mean, they made sure Allie got put in jail. They made sure it was her that did it. I mean, they did all that stuff to her, so I can't really blame what he said to them because most of the stuff he said, they did. They really are, I wouldn't say they're responsible for putting her in jail. I wouldn't say that. But I will say that they definitely did not help, and they did have, they did put her, they definitely had some help putting her in jail. It definitely helped with that. So, I can definitely see why he's upset about that. So Arya visits Andrew, and they make small chat about her brother Mike and the trial, and Andrew rants that he's tired of everyone pretending that Mona was a saint just because she's dead. And I like that Andrew said that because she wasn't a saint. However, that's very interesting because I still kind of feel like Andrew could possibly be A. And Arya's shocked that Andrew thinks the world is a better place without Mona. But it really is, I have to say. I mean, Mona created all that chaos and everything, and it's still going on. I think that's why this murder trial is so mysterious because, as I said, I think Mona, there's a part of me that thinks she faked her death. There's a part of me that thinks that she uh, intentionally meant to, for her to get murdered so she could frame Allie. I could definitely see that being a possibility. And I still really like that idea because I think that's really what's going on here. And it really does show how the impact that Mona has had on everyone. And I definitely really like that Andrew brought that up in this episode. Because, yeah, she really is. She's a very manipulative person. She really is. And I like that Andrew brought that up. Because think of how manipulative Mona has been. Just because she's dead doesn't mean she's still not manipulative. She was a manipulative person. She was not the greatest person ever. And they need to stop treating her like she was the greatest person ever. Because she's not the greatest person ever. So at home later that night, Emily receives a collect call from Allie at jail, and Emily apologized for not believing she was innocent before, and Allie's not upset, which I like seeing that. Allie's not upset about this. She just wants to know if Emily's coming to her trial tomorrow, and Emily's hesitant but promises her that she'll be there to support her, and I can understand why Allie would call Emily because she's in love with her, and they did have that small connection. I'm all for, when Allie gets out of jail, I'm all for an Emerson hookup. I really am. I mean, Emily and Talia didn't work, so Emily and Allie, I'm totally for that. I really like the idea of them together, and I know we saw it at the beginning of the season, so I definitely feel like that's the direction that we're taking, is going to be Emily and Allie. Emerson, I'm all for that. I really do like the idea of those two together. So, yeah, I like that she said that she'd be there to support her, and then the next day, the trial kicks off, and this is when things just get crazy. The trial was pretty insane, I have to say. The next day, her trial kicks off, and the prosecution leads and informs the 12 jurors that Allie is about to lie to them and say that she was missing for 2 years and kidnapped. And he goes on to say that Mona knew the truth about Allie faking her kidnapping, and the liars are helping her pull it off, so Allie killed Mona to keep her quiet. And Ari and Emily listen in on the testimony in shock. They rush out to the lobby, and Emily is listening in on the test, and basically they rush up to the lobby to call Spencer and fill her in on what happened in court. Now, Spencer thinks the police must have found Cyrus, and he ratted Allie out for faking her kidnapping. They don't think what she said at all is what's actually going on here, which I have to agree with. So I'd have to agree that that's definitely not what is going on here. Allie is pretty much lying because they told her to. Of course, her lawyer told her to lie, so I think that's why she's really lying here. Because, she was told to lie. I feel like I missed... Oh, hang on one second, guys. I did miss something. I missed a lot of things, actually. Okay. So, sorry about that. I missed a lot of stuff here. Where was I? So basically, after court, Allie heads back to prison, and basically, she and Hannah run into each other in the laundry room, and Allie fills Hannah in on the Varjak number, and she says that her mother was killed, and A started putting ads in the classified section, and said that they knew who killed her mom, and Ali says that the Varjak number was Mona. She is sure of it, because as soon as Mona died, the text messages stopped. So my thing is now that Mona was definitely part of the A team. We know that she had that group. We know that she was working with Sydney and Mike and Cece and uh Jenna. We know she was working with those three people. So is it not, can we not say that they might still be continuing the text? I mean, it makes sense why they're texting the liars now, because what happened to Allie is going to happen to all the girls now, and she's basically, this makes them very worried, and it should make them worried, because think about it, there's this person that's texting them, and I like that Allie said that to them, because they really should be worried about what's going on there. So Kayla visits Hannah and she tells him all the info that she got from Allie on the Varjak phone number, and Caleb reassures her that they're gonna figure this whole mess out and get her out of prison. And I like that he said that, because he really is confident that he's gonna get her out of prison. He wants to get her out of prison. He really cares about her, and I like that he said that. So the next day at the brew, Arya's phone rings, and it's the Varjak number calling her. They all argue over who will answer the phone. Caleb grabs it, says hello. No one's on the other end, though. It's a recording of soft music in another language. This is one of the creepiest scenes of the episode, I have to say. This was legitimately creepy, and the liars and Caleb call Hannah, play the song for her. She says that she recognizes it, and Mona used it to play it in her room all the time. They realized that there could be more stuff hidden in Mona's room that could help them clear Hannah and Allie's name, which is great, because if they can clear Hannah and Allie's name, that's what they want to do here. So it really is easier for them. So Arya and Emily decide to go over to Mona's house and talk to her mom and get into Mona's room and snoop around, but there's no answer to the door. So they leave, and Emily whines that they are running out of time. And later that night, because they are running out of time, they need to find out a way to make this work all before the court trial and everything. Because even though the court trial happened, they were not involved in that one. So later that night, Jason stops by Spencer's house. He apologized to her for the way his dad acted the other day. And I really like this scene here. Jason calls Spencer out for the night that she and the liars trapped Allie when the police came for her instead of letting her run away. And Spencer gets very choked up, admits that she has a problem with admitting she's wrong, but she doesn't think that Allie killed anyone. And I like that she said that, because I never thought Spencer would really say that, but if you think about it, I can totally believe that. I don't think Allie would ever do something like that, especially because she's been trying to redeem herself and how vulnerable she's been. I love that that the liars are finally realizing this. They're realizing that Allie is not this psychopath. They're realizing that she actually does have feelings, and I love that. I love that they're finally realizing what's going on there. So the next morning, basically, oh, I just read this. So he admits that the day that I thought that was very interesting when she said that. And Jason grumbles that he has to testify against his sister tomorrow, storms off, and he is not going to listen to Spencer. He doesn't want to listen to her. He's going to do his own thing, and whatever. That's just Jason. So next morning, Spencer gets ready to go to the courthouse to watch Allie's trial, and her mom forbids her from going. But Spencer, because, she said specifically, don't go because I don't want you involved. But Spencer refuses to listen and storms out. I really like that all the parents are not okay with their children hanging out with Allie just because of how much of a, how dangerous she is. But hopefully they're all going to realize that Allie is not the bitch that they all think she is. She's not as manipulative as they all think she is. Yeah, she's been manipulative in the past, but she's not, that controlling. She's not even the one that is wanting all this to happen. These are simply the liars banding together to get their two friends out of jail. So, in the courtroom, the prosecution plays a video of a blonde person attacking Mona in her house, dragging her down the stairs before killing her. Jason is on the witness stand, and he admits that the day that Mona was killed, his sister was not at home. So, Jason lies in the stand and changes his story. He says he doesn't think that the girl in the video could be his sister, Allie. And the prosecution reveals that Jason actually had an affair with Ashley. And he's changing his story because Ashley and Hannah want him to clear the girls' names, which is great because they need to do that. So they're all kind of really shocked what's going on here. I mean, he just revealed about the affair with Ashley, and I was surprised that he actually revealed about that, but that was pretty big. So after court, Spencer, Emily, and Arya head to Mona's house. They bang on the door again, but there's no answer. And as they're walking away, they hear music, that same music again, coming out of Mona's bedroom. And it's the same music that Varjak played when he called Arya's phone. Again, the very creepy music. They break into the house. Mona's room has been ransacked. They find a note from A that says finders, keepers, losers, weepers. And Arya thinks this is a trick. And A didn't find anything in the bedroom either. So Spencer picks up a mirror on Mona's dressing room and realizes that there's something inside it. She removes the glass, finds a cryptic note that says chandeliers, rituals. Sister launched lair, a roller's list chained. Unbeknownst to them, Andrew is standing outside and sees Emily's car parked out front. So I'm kind of thinking that Andrew is definitely involved with A. I mean, that should definitely tell you guys right there. Andrew's involved with A. I'm calling it now. I don't know how he is, but he is definitely connected to A somehow. That just tells me right there he has to be connected to A. He just has to be. So Arya heads to the brew and runs into Andrew. He apologized for what he said about Mona earlier. He doesn't think that she deserved what happened to her. And Arya tells him that it is water under the bridge. He kisses her on the cheek and tells Arya to call him before he leaves. And as much as I like that, I don't trust this guy now. I really don't. That whole scene with Emily, I don't trust him now. I don't trust Andrew. I think that Andrew is way too nice. I think he's way too innocent. And I just don't trust him. I mean, he's been so naive, he's been so out of touch, and he's been so great to Arya that why wouldn't he be A? I mean, it totally makes sense on why he is A if he is A, and I think that definitely he's A. It's just, he has to be. I'm calling it now. He's A, and I think that definitely is what's going on there. What do you guys think? Do you think Andrew's A? I personally think he is. So Ashley heads to the prison to visit Hannah. She's still upset about her affair with Jason being out to the entire courtroom, and Hannah jokes that everything will be okay and she'll survive prison. Maybe she can write a book like Martha Stewart did, and I thought that was kind of funny. So next door, Jason visits Ali, and she tells her brother to get out of town now and save himself before he winds up dragged down with her. And I like what he says to her, that he thinks that he knows that Ali is innocent and she didn't kill Mona. So what I think Jason's trying to do is basically help out Ali somehow by making her look like, the victim and try to help her out somehow. I don't know what his actual plan is, but I find it very interesting what he's doing, especially what he did with Ashley. I'm definitely interested in seeing what's going to happen there. So Spencer and Hannah are both, not Spencer and Hannah, Ali and Hannah are still both in jail, and they didn't get out yet. So Spencer's at home reading the weird notes she found at Mona's house over and over, trying to make some sense of it, because it really makes no sense whatsoever. And at the brew, Emily's cleaning and closing up shop. She sits down at the recording table that Johnny made for people to record their secrets, and she listens to people's confessions and laughs until she hears the song playing again that was in Mona's room. And then the episode ends with A cleaning out his lair, shredding papers, including Paul Varjak's social security card. So yes, now we know the identity of Varjak. Paul Varjak, I don't know who Paul Varjak is, but I don't know if that's a real person, but I think Paul Varjak was an alias that somebody is using, and I personally think that it could be Andrew that's using it, because I'm pretty convinced now that Andrew's A. I mean, just the clue of what happened with Emily and everything, and what he said about Mona, it's pretty evident to me that he's A. I mean, it sounded like what he said would be something that A would say, that she deserved her death and everything. I think that Andrew's A. I really do. I know I said that Kate could be a possibility. Again, I think Kate is the one that murdered Ali. I still think that, but I think Andrew is officially A. I think Kate is just working with him. So I'm calling it now. I think it's Andrew now. I really do think it's Andrew. I mean, think about it. When this whole thing goes on, he just shows up in Arya's life, and they get close and everything. It just seems way too suspicious to me. Well, let's talk about this trial. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most next week is the trial. It's going to be an amazing episode. Is Jason going to help out Ali? It seems like he wants to. What's the actual plan here? Is Ali going to get innocent? Is she going to get out of jail? Is it going to become worse for her? I could see it becoming a lot worse for her. I really could. I don't think this is going to end very well at all. We'll see what happens there, but I don't think this is going to end the way they all want it to end. I just don't think it's that simple. Hannah, I don't know if they're going to get her out of jail, but they need to get her out of jail somehow. What does that note mean? I need to know what that note means. I don't know what it means yet, but they need to make some sense of it. Paul Varjak, is that an actual person or is that somebody's alias? I'm very interested in seeing what that's all about. What's Ashley gonna do now that Jason put out their affair to the whole world? How is Ted gonna feel about this? That's what I want to know, because I really want to know how Ted is gonna feel. I mean, she was honest with him about it, so I like that, but I don't know how Ted's really gonna feel about it, and I don't think it's gonna end well for her and Ted. I don't think that's really gonna end well. But overall, guys, by far best episode of the season. Absolutely loved this episode. Such a crazy episode, perfectly setting up for the finale. We have 2 episodes left before the season finale. Wow, I can't wait for next week's episode. This episode was amazing, and let me know if you guys saw this episode. Overall, guys, I absolutely love this episode. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for either The Americans or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I have to review those 2 things, and I also have to review Switch at Birth, but that'll go up probably Friday, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.